Alright, guys. Monday Night Raw. What'd you guys think about Monday Night Raw tonight? It was a pretty interesting show, to say the least. A lot of different things going on throughout the show tonight. Pretty much started off with Triple H and Randy Orton coming out, and Randy Orton basically bad-mouthing Daniel Bryan for what he did to his Escalade last week, and basically pretty much um, Randy Orton telling Daniel Bryan that you really don't want to go for the WWE title. And Triple H is saying that Daniel Bryan's really only a B plus superstar, and he really doesn't belong in the WWE title mix. So uh, that went over, you know, not so well with the fans. Of course, Daniel Bryan came out, and Triple H told him basically right out, tonight you're going to have a match with the Big Show. And, you know, no biggie there. Um, we've seen Daniel Bryan defeat the Big Show in the past when he won the World Heavyweight belt from him a few years back. So, anyway, the opening segment was pretty interesting, and it just led to a lot of things that went later on in the show. We had the opening match, though, of Fandango with Summer Rae going up against The Miz. This match basically from what The Miz did last week, coming out imitating Fandango with Rosa Mendez, and a pretty good match. It looked like The Miz had booted Fandango in the face and possibly had broken his nose. In the end, though, The Miz got the figure four leg lock on Fandango and ended up defeating him. That wasn't too bad of a match, but it was a match that you could have really cared less about because neither one of these guys are really going anywhere at this point. So, but anyway, it is what it is. We also saw Dolph Ziggler come to the ring, uh, not knowing who his partner was. Dean Ambrose snuck up from behind and started kicking the snot out of Dolph Ziggler to the point where Ziggler was on the mat, and all of a sudden you hear Ryback's music hit, and here comes Ryback to the ring. He's going to face a beaten down Dolph Ziggler. The ref was over attending Ziggler, and Ziggler tried to push the ref away, and he tried to get to his feet so he could go on with the match, and he did. But it really didn't take too much time for Ryback to pretty much dispose of Dolph Ziggler in this match, and one would expect that Ziggler didn't really have a chance anyhow. So, but anyway, moving on, we also saw a segment. This is not really in any order, but we saw a segment with CM Punk um, basically come out of the ring and addressing the WWE Universe and to his family at home in Chicago that at Night of Champions he is going to run through Curtis Axel and he is going to get Paul Heyman and he is going to beat the living hell out of Paul Heyman. And CM Punk basically promised that. What I would like to see in this match at Night of Champions would be have like Heyman locked in a cage above the ring while CM Punk is wrestling Curtis Axel, so Heyman can't really escape. And then once Punk, if he does defeat Curtis Axel, have the cage lowered, then Punk be able to get to him. But they don't do things like that anymore. They used to do that like in the old days. So it used to be great when they used to do that kind of stuff. But anyway, that wasn't too bad. We also saw RVD come out with Ricardo Rodriguez, go up against the Money in the Bank winner for the World Heavyweight title, Damian Sandow. Now, recent weeks, we've seen Sandow. I mean, for some odd reason, he has lost and lost and lost, and I don't really understand why. But you can mark my word, the day he cashes in, I really do believe that he's going to win. And we'll just have to wait and see. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, though. I think it's going to be sometime next year. I think he's going to hold on to that briefcase like Dolph Ziggler did last year. and wait quite a while before he cashes in. But anyway, Alberto Del Rio came out. It sort of distracted RVD, but it wasn't really enough because RVD ended up getting his faculties together and ended up defeating Damian Sandow. So again, another loss for Damian Sandow, but not a bad match. We also saw a segment which was wow. It was something. This was an earlier segment with Triple H and Cody Rhodes was walking by, and Triple H was with Randy Orton, and Cody said, "Randy, I know you pretty well." Blah 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 blah. I mean, you you really didn't need to win the WWE title the way you did, and blah 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 blah. And anyway, Triple H stated to Cody, really basically because you had to put your 2 cents in, let's have a match with you tonight against the WWE champion Randy Orton, and the stipulation is if you lose, you're gone from the WWE. Now, everybody knows that Cody Rhodes is going to be married, so he is going to be taking some time off, and so by knowing that, you sort of knew the outcome was that Cody Rhodes was going to get beat. But I'll tell you, this was the match of the night. This was a very, very good match between WWE Champion Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. It went back and forth, and there was just a couple bits of a moment there that I thought maybe Cody Rhodes would win this match because it wasn't for the WWE title, but it wasn't to be. Orton eventually got the RKO on him and ended up defeating Randy Orton, and ended up defeating Cody Rhodes. So Cody Rhodes is going to be gone, but make no mistake about it, he'll be back. I'm also wondering if when he does decide to return, because he won't be, quote unquote, under contract with the WWE, if he'll help Daniel Bryan, achieve his goal by winning the WWE title. One, we'll just have to wait and see on that. But anyway, so it comes down to the point where the Big Show basically said he did not want to go up against Daniel Bryan tonight. And so Stephanie told Brad Maddox, I'll take care of it. And all of a sudden, here comes the Queen out into the ring. She had to get herself into the limelight. I mean, a lot of people like this storyline. I have second thoughts on it because I've seen this all before. But anyway, Stephanie comes out into the ring, calls out the Big Show, and basically tells him that he's got to do it for his family. He's a big guy. Big guys like him don't live that long. I mean, I thought that was uncalled for to be said. And then you see the Big Show like crying like a little baby for the most part of the night, really. And so he basically agreed to go up against Daniel Bryan in the main event. We saw Brie Bella, Natalya, and Cameron in the ring, a triple threat match, and whoever won this match would go up against AJ Lee at Night of Champions. Well, AJ Lee was out at the announcer's table next to JBL, and the match went on, and during the match, AJ decided to get right involved, get in the middle of it, and she got her ass kicked. And this was sort of fun to watch. And I am a big AJ Lee fan, but she got her ass kicked. And after the match was all said and done, because there was really no clear-cut winner, Stephanie was in the locker room with all the other three, Cameron, Brie, and Natalya, and they all were, arguing over who should be the number one contender. And Stephanie did the right thing by saying, all three of you are going to be there. We're going to have a Fatal 4 at Night of Champions. So it's going to be for the Divas title. Should be a pretty good match. And then we also saw tonight the Primetime Players go up against 3MB. Two members of the 3MB, with Jinder Mahal and Heath Slater, go up against Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. And the WWE is really pushing the heck out of the Primetime Players, and it's good to see. They're fun to watch. They're sort of like, little cheerleaders while they're in the ring wrestling. And they put on a pretty good show for the most part, too. And maybe somewhere down the road they may end up getting the tag team titles. I'm not sure. but because we know the Shield ain't going to keep them forever. But anyway, the primetime players ended up coming out on top of this match in a not a bad tag team match, so that was pretty good. And then we saw the main event. Daniel Bryan go up against the Big Show, and the Big Show coming out pleading with Daniel Bryan, saying he doesn't really want to do this. Let's not do this. Daniel Bryan kept saying, come on, come on. And Daniel Bryan was a ball of fire. I mean, he went after the Big Show left and right, leg kicks with everything he had. And the Big Show went down a few times, and he got to the point where he could take no more, and he started fighting back. And it got to the point where he had Daniel Bryan down. He didn't want to do anything more, and he started to leave the ring. Triple H music hit. Here comes Triple H. He's telling Big Show to get his ass back in the ring and finish the match. Big Show was reluctant to do so. The Shield came out. They went into the ring. They started demolishing Daniel Bryan, and they were holding him up. And Triple H, in the ring, called Big Show back and told him, he said, look, I want you to put your fist together, and I want you to punch him out. Give him the knockout punch. Big Show, very reluctant, kept saying no. He got out of the ring once again, tears in his eyes like a big baby. He starts walking away. Here comes the queen of the WWE, Stephanie McMahon, down the ring. Coerces Big Show back into the ring. He's still pleading. He stands up to Triple H like he was going to knock him out. Stephanie got in between them. And out of the blue, the Big Show knocked out Daniel Bryan. And as he turned around and walked out of the ring, Triple H was right next to him saying, you did the right thing. It was the right thing for business. Stephanie said pretty much the same thing. Here comes Randy Orton's music. He gets into the ring, basically puts his leg and foot upon Daniel Bryan's chest, raises the WWE belt into the air, and the show goes off the air. I would have to say this was a very, very good Raw, although I am not a big fan of the corporate thing. But I will say this much. We all know, I mean, if you're any type of wrestling fan whatsoever, you know that in the long run, Daniel Bryan is going to come out on top somewhere down the road. It may not be this month, it may not be next month, but it's going to happen. And, you know, I have to say one thing. It's been pretty interesting to watch. I mean, when I first started watching it tonight, I said, oh no, here we go again. But as the show went on, it really wasn't all that bad. I think they did the storylines pretty good, and I'd have to say honestly that the Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton match was a superb match. You know, obviously the best match of the night. And for all you wrestling fans out there, don't believe Cody Rhodes is gone for good, because he's not. Like you know, like I said earlier, he's getting married. He's going to need some time off, and he will be back. And maybe he'll be back without a contract, so to speak. And maybe he will help Daniel Bryan achieve his goal. We'll just have to wait and see. So that's about it, guys. That's my Raw review for tonight, and we'll see you all again next time. Peace out, and have a great Monday night.